All right. So can anyone please confirm? Kunal, can you please confirm is my voice is audible?
Yes, sir.
All right, great. So good morning, all the ladies and gentlemen present here. I, Shubh Verma, founder Hospitality Bus and HB Learning Co. welcomes you all at Building the Pillars of Hospitality Industry, a webinar where dignitaries and renowned people of the hospitality industry from the top management will be taking guest sessions. It is our pleasure to welcome you all and host this event. I welcome all the eminent speakers and guests from all over the country from different walks of life, as you have come here to share your knowledge and vast experience with the hospitality community. Mrs. Jayashree Nagaraj, founder, president, and chairperson, Professional Housekeepers Association. Mr. Rishi Nyoge, general manager, Howard Johnson by Wyndham, Bangalore Harbour. Mr. Arun Singh, director, FHRAIHM, Greater Noida. Mr. Amit Kumar, general manager, La Mirvela, Bangalore. Mr. Sudhanshu Rathi, General Manager, Howard Johnson by Wyndham, Kolkata. Mr. Mohammad Kalamuddin Khan, General Manager, Renas, Jaipur. We were expecting one more guest, but due to some reasons, he will not be there. So we'll be having total 6 guest sessions today. The best part about this event is the diversified participants we have. From high school students to the students currently studying in hotel management institutions, and even the faculties from different institutions, along with hoteliers who are currently working in this industry. It will be truly an excellent opportunity, especially for students, to learn and grow. We are grateful to have all the faculties from different hotel management institutions for joining this session and all the hoteliers as well. In this attempt to promote hospitality industry and creating awareness about various aspects of hospitality, let's make it a remarkable event by joining hands together. Thank you so much, everyone. So now we will be starting with our session. So first session is with the housekeeping part. So, but before the session of housekeeping, we would like to show you a small video of Professional Housekeepers Association. So, if Kunal or Rohit, can you hear me? Please, can you present the video?
Yes, sir.
PHAUR, Professional Housekeepers Association, PHAUR, was formally launched on the grand event on the 9th September 2017 at PES University. The title says it all. It is an offshoot of PHA, constituted as a formal platform for the youth aspiring to be a part of hospitality industry in the core area of housekeeping. Upcoming housekeeping professionals have a major need of the PHA has started a mission which is about connecting with youth and taking the youth up and to take up this housekeeping as profession. We at PHA organize many training sessions which are valuable for our life members. In fact, in 2017, we thought, why not extend this platform to the youth? And that is how was born PHA Yuva, of which I am a proud mentor. I think PHA is doing a wonderful job by spreading love, awareness throughout the world for housekeeping. It is the need of today. We realize when the industrial trainees are straight from the academia, so definitely we would like to support all the educational sectors. PHA Yuva is for the students and by the students is mentored proficiently by the executive committee and PHA chapter members. The foremost objective of the PHA Yuva is to bridge the gap between the industry and academia and provide a dedicated forum for networking with industry leaders in the field of housekeeping. Through PHA, we get more exposure in seminars, events, as well as the workshops. When we attend seminars conducted by PHA, we gain more knowledge on housekeeping. The only impression or the mark of impression is given or enhanced is through the housekeeping. Without housekeeping, no experience can be enhanced or a wow experience can't be delivered to a guest. It's a rocket carrier. Relations in your
Guru Devo Bhava. Without Guru, without the mentor, we cannot move ahead even a bit. The professionals, the educationists, most knowledgeable leaders on the stage. It's my honor, PHA's proud moment to felicitate each one of them. Please join me in appreciating their effort because day and night they worked to make this event so colorful. My sincere thanks to all my mentors, chief mentors of
PHA North Yuva launch at Delhi on 8th August 2018 by Srimati Hasimrat Kaur Badal, Union Minister of Food Processing Industries, Government of India. On 15th February 2019, Mrs. Jayashree Nagaraj, the founder president and chairperson, awarded Excellence in Housekeeping at AIMS for her remarkable service to housekeeping industry.
every small little learning is important. Can we think of giving our trainees an all-round experience of housekeeping? This gives us a motivation. This gives us an inspiration that yes, definitely we would like to spread. We only pray God and juniors must be in the strength to keep going and keep rocking. We would like to synergize the entire housekeeping fraternity for one common definition. We would love to redefine housekeeping.
Run the clock on the move and that sweet cheer.
Let's say
I cordially welcome you all to the third Young Housekeepers Convention.
Personally wish to thank each and every one over here who have made up your entire timing for today and chosen to be with us whole day, which you will never regret, and it's going to be a very memorable day for you in your life.
Count starts now. 1, 2, 3.
And I sincerely wish all Yuva members to encourage all PHA life members, including this super lady who's standing here, to create a PHA university. We have to have a PHA university which has to be collaborated with Nilfisk University, and we'll start something unique in this community.
Thank you so much, Kunal, for sharing this video. And it's such a pleasure to have ma'am with us from Professional Housekeepers Association today with us. But again, before going further, I request everyone to please open their camera for a snapshot of this webinar. So we'll be taking a screenshot so we can have a glimpse of this webinar. So all those who want to get into the picture, please open your cameras. Okay, Kunal, I think we are ready now. Thank you so much. So now I request my colleague, Miss Arya Premraj, to coordinate with the further process of this event. So you can start, Arya, now. Thank you.
Okay, good evening, good morning, everyone. My name is Arya Premraj, and I'll be introducing Ms. Jayashree Nagaraj ma'am. So now let's begin with our webinar by introducing our first guest speaker, Ms. Jayashree Nagaraj ma'am. Ma'am is currently working as the founder, president, and chairperson Professional Housekeepers Association and is heading the National Level Association PHA. After serving as GM of International Group of Hotels, ma'am has served as Senior Vice President before taking the voluntary retirement. Ma'am has close to 4 decades of rich experience in the hospitality industry, during which her hands-on attitude, conscious of constant innovation, and ability to lead teams have been instrumental in growing and evolving the hotel industry to suit the specific needs of the global traveler. Her unique blend of creativity, aesthetic style, and people management skills has produced award winning strategies in housekeeping and management at various groups of leading hotels in India. MAM is involved in the strategic planning and development of the Professional Housekeepers Association and the PHA UVA with highly experienced, passionate, and competent executive council members and members of the housekeeping fraternity. Jayashree ma'am and her team from PHA and PHA Yuva are working towards building PHA and PHA Yuva into a renowned association across India within the year 2025. By creating value for every members involved in the housekeeping and hygiene operations, and by supporting the government of India to achieve success in the initiatives such as Swachh Bharat mission. Most importantly, PHA and PHA Yuva will be torchbearer to align the housekeeping and hygiene operations in India towards the sustainable development goals before 2030. The topic for this session is career opportunities in housekeeping sector. Now, I heartily welcome Jayashree ma'am to deliver an honorable speech to people who are present over here. Over to you, ma'am.
Very good morning to you all. Thank you very much, Hospitality Bus, for giving us this opportunity to address the students. Yes, housekeeping, as all of you are aware of it, you have taken a very right steps, chosen a very good initiatives, joining hotel management students as a student. See, hotel management is the one of the meticulous instrumental body which will equip you to be a perfect hotelier, perfect hospitality industry leaders. See, there were days only when the people used to think that you join the hotel management college, then you will only be joining the hotel industry. It is no more like that. So now everywhere housekeeping is there. You name it, everywhere housekeeping is very much existing. May it be hospitality, may it be facility, may it be healthcare, may it be aviation, may it be pharma, may it be cruise liners, or may it be definitely academy itself. So everywhere now, right from the small set of workplace till the multinational industry, everywhere all over, housekeeping is very much essential. So now the competition is very, 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 very competitive for the students. If the students learn every subject which is there in their curriculum very systematically and meticulously, no doubt that they are going to be the expert in whichever career they choose. Not necessarily that you will have to become only executive housekeeper. See, if you take me as a live example, I have not studied hotel management. I have done only post graduation in sociology. But then I landed up teaching medical students as assistant professor. Then I happened to get transferred to Welcome Group School of Hotel Administration as a student counselor. While serving as a student counselor, out of my personal interest, my top management has helped me to learn all the departments. Gaining the working knowledge of all the departments, the top management has chosen me to head the housekeeping department. So the only tool, the only tips here I would like to give it to you, kids, is don't ever say no to your opportunities. Don't ever say no to your top management or your mentors. Keep taking, keep accepting, keep learning, keep performing in whichever line you are asked to. So that day, if I would have not taken any interest, or I would not have taken housekeeping as an entry point because my top management expected, today I wouldn't have been sitting before you. Today I'm so glad that because we found this association, through this association, now we are tapping the government. Now government has recognized us, and I'm so glad that we are able to serve the entire country, especially post COVID. So every opportunity is a boon for you. Okay, so what I request you all is, if you take up your mentor's advice very seriously, because we have got a lot of mentors who are also our life members. We have got more close to 200 life members who are industry leaders, vice president housekeeping, general manager housekeeping across the country. Like that, you will have n number of representatives, your mentors, your guides, your motivators. Today, you are so fortunate enough, through hospitality bliss, you are at least sitting before the leaders like general managers, FHRAI, the topmost person. Hardly we in our days, we never had this opportunity at all. So today, you have got this opportunity in sitting wherever comfortably you are sitting and listening to these, the tips or the growth path, what you're getting it. I request you all to take it seriously, take it. Now, facilities, when apart from the hospitality, when we talk about career opportunities, now the facility is growing very, very fast. It's almost like overtaking the hospitality industry, I can say, because even many standard hotels, five-star hotels now, they're looking up at outsourcing housekeeping facility. So facility industry now taken an excellent step towards standardizing the housekeeping operation. So when you pass through the hotel management graduation, you can even become facility manager, or you can, when you look at the healthcare today, the infection control department, the prevention and control of infection department in the healthcare department is considering executive housekeeper as a policy maker. So that is where the housekeeping starts in healthcare. And architects cannot work without the interior decorator. So the expert in housekeeping can even become an interior decorator. So you can even step into anywhere in across the globe. Okay, so the sky is the limit if you wish to really uh, expand your expertise in housekeeping. And today, the most of the successful general managers, of course, my co-general managers are here. They agree with me. They have been very, very successful in their career because they respect the housekeeping department so much. They support the executive housekeeper so much because their property obviously becomes accommodation operations becomes so very spiculously cleaned, but the best hygiene standard oriented. The lots of long staying guests, lots of repeat guests. So these are all the example where without housekeeping, no property or no organization can stand successful these days. You even pharmaceutical companies, they are looking out for expert executive housekeepers because there the hygiene level is extremely high. So they expect that the executive housekeeper who has a experience of hotel or hospitality would definitely serve the purpose in their industry. So may it be aviation. Today you must have heard Bangalore International Airport has won lots of award because of their hygiene standard, because of their wonderful presentation standard. That is because most of the departments like quality control or ground floor maintenance, all are headed by executive housekeepers who are our proud life members. So what I'm saying is everywhere when you learn housekeeping is like a common sense. Like when you study SSLC, you have got all the 6 subjects to learn, which is common, but you have to learn all. It is like this. You study front office, you study F&B service, production, or whichever the tentacles of the industry. If you know the basics of executive, basics of the housekeeping, if you are well versed in your housekeeping procedures, definitely you will 101% understand how front office works, how service works, how production works. Because I proudly say, as an executive housekeeper, also that department of housekeeping is the only one department which links with all the departments in the industry. Okay, because production, it serves the uniform, it produces the uniform. Okay, front office, definitely accommodation operations are mainly based on housekeeping operations. So may it be sales, the sales director would call up executive housekeeper to ask that which are the best view rooms, which are the best comfortable rooms. They would not ask any other department other than the housekeeping. So this shows the importance of housekeeping. If you know in and out of housekeeping, if you know the housekeeping in depth, then 101% that you can serve and survive anywhere in any part of the world. And thank you very much. I think a lot of other eminent speakers are also there available to approach you all, to address you all, to enrich their knowledge with you all. So let me not make you people deprived out of their valuable time. I once again thank Hospitality Buzz on behalf of Professional Housekeepers Association, giving us a platform to present housekeeping importance before you all. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
ma'am.
so much,
It's such a
ma'am.
pleasure to have you.
Yeah, now I would like to hand over the meeting to Kunal for the Q&A session. You can go forward.
So I request all the participants to kindly raise their queries in the chat box.
So, students, you can just, if there is any query regarding the housekeeping, you can just put it in the chat box. Because we have time limitations, so we will be starting with the next session. So, Pallak, you can start with the next session part. Thank you so much.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, Palak Marwaha, takes great pleasure in welcoming and introducing our next keynote speaker, Mr. Rishi Nioge. Sir is currently working as a general manager at Howard Johnson by Windham, Bengaluru. Sir has a working experience of more than 25 years in the hotel industry. Sir started his journey as a guest service associate in food and beverage department at ITC Moria Sheraton, New Delhi, and has worked with many iconic brands like Taj, the Imperial Intercontinental Hotels Group, and few more over the span of his impressive career. Sir's professional majors include performance management, staffing, management proficiency, coordination, coaching, developing standards, financial planning, strategic planning, and quality management. With this, the topic for this session will be Growing as a Hotelier, the Solid Foundation, which will be taken up by Sir. A very warm welcome, Sir. Thank you so much. Now, over to you, Sir.
Good morning to all. Uh, Good morning to all of you, and thanking you for the giving us the opportunity to be the part of the such a large group at this moment. Now, when you're talking about the hospitality altogether, I think ma'am already addressed it in a very beautiful manner. But just to add on to that, hotels is not just one single thing. It's like a whole little world. Like you have every single department which performs on to getting the right tracks for the any hotel. Now, if you talk about our industry, we are presently almost a $3.8 billion industry, which is growing at an average of almost 12 to 13%. If you talk about pre-COVID, the hospitality performance for the country was somewhat close to 13.5 GDP, which is your gross domestic profit, compared to the country's GDP, which was coming at 23 to 24. So there's a very different norm altogether when people say that there is nothing to grow in the hospitality. It's one of the sectors which has got immense amounts of growth in every field. Now, if you let's talk about myself. I started my career as a GSA, worked throughout all the career, and today I'm already a general manager for the last I think almost 10 odd years. But it's the patience that actually takes the key for it. Now, just to give you an understanding of how things are working nice nowadays, a lot of people just come in, they join for a very short while, probably look forward at keep on jumping here and there, right? Every 6 months, take a move now. Unfortunately, fortunately, that should not be the case with any one of you all, right? So because what happens is, if more you stay at one place, you're more grounded. You learn the ground realities, which is the most important. Today, I'm very proud to say, yeah, I worked for almost 8.5 years as a GSA at ITC Moreshwar, which actually got the foundation really strong. So today, if I have to talk about my work experience in 26 years, this must be my sixth hotel. I mean, or the sixth brand that I'm working in. So the key is being patient, being loyal to the company, and of course ensuring that we all are performing as per the required guidelines of any hotel. Right? If you talk about what is hotels all about? Hotels are all about, it's all about passions and creativity. It's all about keeping the right vision for it. It's eye for detail. It's all due diligence. What you need to require, hiring the right talent. If you talk about the growth part, definitely and definitely you got lots and lots of opportunities. As ma'am also said today, hoteliers are looked upon into almost every industry. And we also have a lot of fellow colleagues who actually joined up maybe in a lot of facility managements. Some of them are working as admin heads. So the growth for hotel management students is definitely going to be immense. Again, just to talk about the COVID thing, of course, it did hit the hospitality at the worst. And of course, we did not have much for the rescue. But apparently, we were the first industry to bounce back and come back to the levels where we are today. I'm sure all of you are already aware, like the way the hotels are growing and way the revenues are churning up for almost every hotel. You may call it as revenge tourism, but for hoteliers, it's always a boom when things like that start. I think that's not much coming in from me, right? If you talk about the hospitality, of course, I do have my fellow colleagues also around. I would also like them to have enough time to address you guys as well. Yep. Thank you so very much for giving us the opportunity. Thank you.
So, what an insightful session it was. I thank you, sir, from the bottom of our hearts for taking time and presenting and having your presence here, and wise words that helped magnify our cause in the best possible way. Once again, thank you very much, sir. Now, I would like to hand over to Akshat for the next Q&A session.
Uh, I'm really sorry to just interrupt, but there is just one message for the students, all those who are currently in high schools or in colleges. Students, please, you need to understand this, that when you will get into the colleges, or those who are currently in the colleges, you will learn the theoretical knowledge that there is a general manager, there is a proper hierarchical order, there are HODs, there are executive assistant managers. So now you are having general managers sitting in front of you and taking session for you. So I don't think there will be any better time than this to ask questions to, like, you must be having so many queries related to hospitality management. You all are the aspirants of the, or you all are like the future hospitality leaders. So if you have any question, please ask, because again we are having Q&A session, and I don't think you will get this chance again soon. So please ask. Thank you so much. You can just put your question in the comment section, and then we will just start. Thank you so much.
Okay, we have Sujita. You can ask your question.
I think there are a lot of questions which are coming in the comment box.
Hello everyone and good morning. This side is Sejita Saha from Calcutta. I want to ask you, everyone, and everyone, that I am interested in the bakery section. So, means what is the uh, what will I say main thing to become a best bakery chef?
Well, you want me to answer that right away to you, but I couldn't get your question properly. You said something about the bakery chef.
Yes, sir.
No, could you just please have the question once again?
Yes, what are the attributes needed for to become a best bakery chef?
Well, you have to be very, very creative. That's the first thing that's required. When you work for the bakery, the first thing is, of course, the patience, because every little thing that you do in that place actually molds up the next day. Like just to, have you worked in any of the kitchens by any chance?
So actually, I am in the college level, first
So
year.
you're at the college, but you'll definitely be doing your practicals, right? So like if you
Yes.
have to make a croissant, let's take an example of a croissant. Till the time it's not rolled in properly, it's not marinated properly, it does not have enough amount of butter, it does not freeze at the same level, and after that it does not come up at the same temperature. Like how do you get the best of the croissant? That's the recipe for it. So when you really want to become a best baker, creativity is the best thing to do. That's what I would say.
So thank you, sir. So we have a next question from Iqbal. The question is how to be successful in an F&B department.
Well, if you really want to learn F&B, get to the basics. Basics are the most important thing for anybody. Even as a general manager, we also look forward for the basics. Like, of course, you need to understand how your menus work. What are your cuisines? You need to understand your bar, right? If you talk about any of the bars or any of the restaurant pubs, it's a combination of restaurant as well as bar, which is together. So both the knowledges are equally important, right? That's the efficiency of the time that you require and how fast you can work around. The delivery is the key for it. If you talk about how to become a successful and how to become successful in F&B, now your learnings don't have to stop at all. That is most important because what I've seen in previous years also, like once you get to a job, I think a lot of people stop the learning phase. So your training calendars, which are given to you by your HODs, you have to ensure you keep on attending the training. You have to ensure you keep on promoting yourself to the next level. Moving hotel to hotel is not the solution for anybody. You need to be at that place and earn the promotion. That's every level. Whatever you have learned today is not going to take you to the next level. You got to learn the next level to take you further. It's like a small saying that says, "K, what got you here will not get you there." There's a book, I don't recollect the name of the author, but that's how it works in the any of the industry, not just F&B service.
Okay, the last question is from Aman. The Aman is asking why the salaries in hotel are less in initial days as compared to other field or department.
Why what are left?
Why salary in hotel are less in initial days as compared to other field?
Well, see, if you talk about the salary part, of course, all depends on the brands. That is one. Second is all the salaries are as per the uh, revisions of the government. So no hotel decides to give you a salary which is lower than the basic salary which the government offers. That's one of the most important thing. What we all need to know because people have a notion, okay, if you're joining a hotel at a lower level, your salary is lesser than the other industries. And you'll be surprised. Like, let's talk about, let's say, a waiter joining a hotel. Since you are talking about F&B, he would be anywhere be coming between the basic salary of 18 to 20 plus and other perks. Yeah. Does that answer your question?
Okay, we are ending with the Q&A session. So the thank you for joining and sharing your expertise and knowledge with us. We are honored to have you as a guest and we are looking forward to hear you again. Thank you
Absolutely.
very
I
much.
look forward. Thank you.
So for further proceedings, I hand over to the Arya.
Okay, now I would like to introduce a person who has more than 34 years of experience in the hospitality industry, Mr. Arun Singh. Sir is currently working as a director at FHRAI, IHM Greater Noida. Sir started his career as a faculty at Institute of Hotel Management, Jaipur. With an amazing 8 years of experience, he then later moved forward to become the principal of various IHMs such as Institute of Hotel Management, Jodhpur, Lucknow, and Mumbai. After serving government IHMs for 33 years, Sir moved to FHRAI IHM Greater Noida with the aim to re-establish it as a premier institute. The topic for this session is fascinating traits that every hotelier should have. No one else apart from Sir can be best suited for this topic. After hearing the introduction about Sir, everyone would love to hear more from him. So, with a huge respect, I would love to welcome you, Sir, Mr. Arun Singh.
Sir, your camera is on mute, sir. We request you, please. Thank you so much, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
So, good morning to you all. I'm thankful to the people from the industry who joined to create awareness or to solve the queries of the people who are interested or who want to work in the hospitality industry. In fact, the best thing is to find out what are the issues in your mind and try to resolve those issues pertaining to your career. As far as hospitality is concerned, all of you must have heard the name of Hotel Taj Mahal, Mumbai, that was built in 1903. It's now more than 120-year-old hotel. And thereafter, a few other hotels came. ITDC, Ashoka came in Delhi, Oberoi Delhi, and some other luxury hotel came. But you'll surprised to know the genesis of hotel management and catering education in India, it was not from the hotel management. In 1954, in Bharati Vidya Bhavan, the president of All India Women Council, Madam, who was the co-owner, the co-founder of Bharati Vidya Bhavan, Mrs. Leelavati Munshi, she was the president of All India Women Council also. And India, after independence, India was struggling for the nutritional things. So All India Women Council started nutritional snacks in Mumbai and other part of the Maharashtra. There were a large number of snacks counters were there, and it was thought that we should have some supervisory program where people can be trained and then they can go and work on those snacks counter as supervisor. So that was the genesis. It was started in Bharati Vidya Bhavan 1954. Then the chief minister of Mumbai, because at that time the Maharashtra and Gujarat division was not there. The state was termed as Mumbai. So he was the chief minister of Mumbai in 1954 June. He started that institute, and that was the first institute that started the hospitality operation, because after 2 years it has been felt that it's time for them to expand their wing for the placement of the student. And fortunate to us and fortunate to the industry, in later on within 2-3 years, Professor and Dr. K.M. Munshi, who was the founder of Bharati Vidya Bhavan, became the Agriculture Minister of India. So he had approached to the Food and Agriculture Organization because India was not having expertise in the field of hospitality and catering. So thanks to the Food and Agriculture Organization, they have deputed Mr. Bilford Smith, who is a Britisher, an expert in the catering, as a consultant for hospitality education in India. He came, and then the institute that was in Bharati Vidya Bhavan, Andheri, land was given and shifted in Dadar. And thereafter, he was a man of the vision. He started 3 more institutes of hotel management at regional level after Mumbai, in Delhi, Calcutta, and Madras at that time. And before he retired in 1972, he opened 9 food craft institutes in different parts of the country, especially in the state capital. So that was the start. You see, in 1960, hardly any large number of hotels, luxury hotel was there, but the vision was there for the hospitality education. He came out with the 4 institutes of hotel management and 9 food craft institutes that was there for almost 20 years in the country. Thereafter, it was shifted to Ministry of Tourism, and government thought of opening more institutes by upgrading Food Craft Institute. And at present, we have 21 central institutes of hotel management, about 31 state institutes of hotel management, and 30 plus private institutes of hotel management, which are affiliated with the National Council for Hotel Management. Apart from the National Council, if any institute want to start a degree program, they have to approach to the AICT or UGC, and after the approval from them, they can affiliate with the state technical university or any other university for running the program. So there are a large number of institutes in the country at present who are offering hotel management program. It may be 3-year program or 4-year program or 1-year program, diploma program in food production, F&B service, housekeeping, bakery, or front office. Apart from that, the government has started a new initiative, that is the skill development program. So in which the young people who could not study more than class 8th or even less than that, they can do some kind of a skill development program, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, and that program is free of cost. So a lot of effort is being done by the government at the managerial level for preparing the student for the managerial level, for supervisory level, entry level, as well as for the smaller organizations establishment by the skill development program. So anyone who want to, especially the students who are in class 11th and 12th, and a student who are class in 9 and 10, they must have observed that CBSE and other board have started skill subjects. If you go in CBSE, you will find the food production is there and housekeeping is there. So that is a kind of inculcation. That is a kind to make them aware that this industry is also having a good employment opportunities. Before COVID, when I was principal IHM Mumbai, before COVID, there were about 75% placement was there in the hospitality, hotel and restaurant. 25% placement was there in the other industries, allied industries, retail and others. But during the COVID, the kind of negative publicity and the some behavior of attitude of some of the hoteliers have diverted the attention of the student to other industries. But now they have also realized, and hotels are also coming up with the increased salary and working conditions. Like in Mumbai, which is a too large city, people are staying 20 to 30 kilometers away. Most of the leading hotels are Mumbai are now shifted to 5-day working, so that people can get 2 days to for their family work and to stay with their family members. So salary is one important component. Other important component is the working conditions. So everything is improving. It takes time, but at the same time, we also need to see that there is no other line of employment where you can get this kind of placement after 3 years program, after completing class 12th. So a lot of opportunities are there, and probably this is one of the industry where you are getting, where the business comes with happiness, where the people are there to make you happy. So persons with therefore we ask the student that it is not a question of 3-year or 4-year. It is the question of 5 basic principles that you have to do. First thing is the formation of the attitude. A right kind of attitude for hospitality industry is most essential. Then the second one after attitude is personality development. Personality does not mean physique only. Physique is one component of personality, but personality is the some added qualities that you can learn, you can practice, and then like the pleasantness or the eagerness, a sense of responsibility, tactfulness, how to tactful you are while dealing the situation. So you should have a right kind of attitude. You should have a good personality and excellent communication. Communication may be the verbal, non-verbal communication, written communication, oral communication. All these things needed to be strengthened. Everyone has some good qualities out in these 3. But if you want to work in this industry, if you want to rise in this industry, in that case, you have to work on these 3 qualities among yourself in these 3 years or 1 year or 4-year time. Because who can build you, who can assess you most or best is the you only. So assess your attitude, assess your personality, improve your personality with the input which are available on the internet, improve your communication, stand in front of the mirror and try to speak, see that. And thereafter comes the importance of the knowledge. And knowledge is a never ending thing. You have to some basic knowledge in the beginning, and then slowly you can go ahead. We can improve your knowledge. Select the area in which you want to work after the hotel management program. If you are doing it after first year, within the first year, you should decide you want to go to the kitchen, you want to go to this room division, you want to go to F&B, or you want to go to the marketing, or revenue, or HR, or retail, or consultancy, or entrepreneurship, whatever may be the area that you have identified. You need to have the work upon on those particular area from the second year. First year is the base, you know, the core thing. Then try to shape your personality in that way that you should not be refused by the people who are selectors. Need to think 10 times before refusing you in the placement or the interview. I have seen when I was in IHM Lucknow, IHM Mumbai, I have seen same student who joined 3 years back, all of them at the same platform. But after 3 years, some of them has been selected as a management trainee in Taj, Oberoi and ITC, all three companies, where some others have been selected as a supervisor, some other at entry level, and reasonable number of them had not been selected or didn't appear in any interview. I believe no student come to institute to fail. Everyone want to come to the institute to learn and to grow, but somewhere they lost something. So institute also, family members, institute, and the student themselves, because they are the adult people now, 18 plus. So they should know what is right, what is wrong for them. So therefore, they need to work on their personality. They need to acquire the knowledge. Go to the internet, find out the thing, find out the different thing, write down something, and try to develop. If you once involve yourself into this practice, slowly you will find a charismatic changes in your personality, your communication after a certain period of time. Because if you keep yourself as an employer, suppose you are there and you have to select a person, think of honestly, you will select yourself for the job or not, because of your attitude, because of your communication, because of your personality, knowledge. And last thing is the skill. So these institutes, where if you are working in institute, the studying in institute, we say it that it is your years of investment. You need to invest upon on these 3 years in your whatever 5 point I said, and then come out with a complete personality, so that at the time of placement, no company and no one should think of refusing you for the placement. So that was my take. That was the thing I want to say. Over to you, Kunal.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir, for deeply inspiring all of us with this topic. It was beautiful hearing from you, sir. Thank you so much. Now over to you, Kunal, for the Q&A session.
Okay, thank you, Arya.
Now we have the Q&A session from 11:52 till 11:55 a.m. So the first question is by Suraj Thavle. So he asked that we decide our interest after during the first year or after the industrial training.
You see, you can think of that your area of interest, because industrial training will sharpen your skill. Now, for example, the national education policy which is being implemented, that education policy says that the industrial training and industrial exposure should be there at different level. So like in NCHM, we are coming out with the 3 different level. In first year, we'll use the operational aspects. Second year, supervisory. Third year, managerial. So we are also deliberating. We are also discussing what to do with the industrial training. Should we send a student in second year and for one complete semester, or divide into 2 in some 12-week industrial training in second year and 12-week industrial training in third year, so that whatever you have learned in the institute in the supervisory and managerial, that you can see the implementation of that in the industry. So you have to firm your ground while you are in the institute, while you are working in the kitchen or their different lab, and then again work on that particular area when you are in the industry. So industry does not mean only 5-star luxury hotels. I have seen I started with a small institute with 20 intake in Jodhpur 1996, and I reached to IHM Mumbai where strength was 400. Again, when I started for FHRI IHM, we started with the only 10 students or 10-15 students. Subrato know it in the beginning, because at that time it was a COVID. So you have to think of this, that the you are the in charge of your personality. You are the in charge of the career. Your parents, faculty, staff, society, environment, all these things there are is to help you. But ultimately, you have to learn the thing. So my suggestion will be, while you are studying first year, you should have some idea that where you want to go. Explore that idea when you are in the industry, and then grow further. Learn the thing and grow further. If you do well, industry is not going to leave you. Whatever number of employees working in the hotel, you won't find no vacancy board there. If it would have been there at the time of Britishers, that was there in Shimla, Cecil Hotel, when Mr. Oberoi had gone there, MS Oberoi, and no vacancy board was there, but still he talked with the general manager of the hotel, and he has been taken as a clerk on 50 rupees to follow the supply of coal and others. And from that position, with just class 8th pass, a person has built the best chain of the hotels of the world. And most of the hotels are owned by him, are owned by other people, are managed by him. So only thing is, you should have a will to do. The other thing will come in your path. But first of all, you have to be ready to take the challenge, and then faculty, everyone will, and the situation, everyone will work you, and then you can grow in the ladder as time goes.
Thank you, sir. We hope the question must be answered. So the next question is, how do we improve the personality to that level, sir, which you mentioned?
You see, personality is a combination of so many qualities. So all those qualities that you need to think of, that like the eagerness to know. If you know a new thing, new word, try to find out from the Google or whatever technology is there. Try to find out what it is. When you hear something, note down those things. So you have to eager to know the things. You have to have a pleasing personality. You should be tactful in dealing the situation. So a personality is making it take a little bit of time, but at the same time, and best thing for your personality is your peer group, the students with whom you are studying. There may be certain students, they may be good in one thing. You can observe them, you can see them, and slowly you can incorporate those qualities in your personality. If you work on that, it may be the giving respect, how you are standing there in the public area, how you are talking to guests, how physical distance you are maintaining with the guest may diminish that physical distance. He may put his hand on your shoulder, but you are not supposed to put your hand on the shoulder of the guest. So keep all these things in the mind, slowly work upon, and so you will find a measurable change in yourself if you are positive and try to improve on that. Go to the faculty, talk to the faculty when they are free. Go to the internet. And the best asset that you want to do, I will suggest learn a foreign language or Indian language. If you have a language, is a gift that you will have. Recently, I got one butler position. I got this on LinkedIn, one entry level butler position, but the Russian was needed in Dubai. If you want to be a butler in that particular hotel, they had one vacancy for the Russian language. So if you have a language like the German, French, or any other foreign language, that will be an asset for you, and that shows your inclination. That shows your Sorry, there were some issues with the internet, I think. So work on that, and then slowly you will find change in your personality, and you can grow further.
Thank you so much, sir. We are grateful for your presence. Now over to you, Arya. To Palak Marwa, ma'am.
I believe there is some technical glitch, and our heartiest apologies for this. Let me just check. Palak, are you there? Palak,
Yes,
are
ma'am.
you?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. So everyone has started rejoining again. Good. All right. So we can start with the further process. Thanks.
So, moving ahead, I would like to introduce Mr. Amit Kumar, our next keynote speaker. Sir is currently working as a general manager at La Marvella, Bengaluru. Sir is an alumnus of IHM Chennai and had graduated in the year 2002. Also, he has done advanced analytics data management from IIM Kozhikode. Sir has a working experience of over 21 years in hotel industry. Sir started his career as a front office professional and has to his credit the privilege of working in various positions with leading brands and hospitality majors such as Intercontinental Hotels Group, Sarovar Hotels, the Pride Hotels, Royal Orchid Hotels, as well as Accor over the span of his admirable career. Sir's key strengths include passion for hospitality, building great teams, as well as the drive for results. Sir's professional majors include hotel operations, sales and marketing, driving revenue, mentoring the team, creating an engaging work atmosphere, and managing key stakeholder relations. As a general manager, Sir believes in inspiring his team members and helping them in achieving the daily targets as well as the organizational goals. The topic for this session will be succeeding as a front office professional. A very warm welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Now the stage is all yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you to Shuv and the hospitality bus to bringing all together. As one of the keynote speakers said that this was not the time when we used to interact with the GMs and many people of our industry, even being in the college, and some of many of them here are not even in the college, aspiring to getting into the hotel management college. So very great initiative. I think nothing could have been better than this, using the technology for today's scenario. I'm very, very really thrilled to even, listen to Arun sir, especially, who has been the principal of IHM from where, we all come, in fact. So I come from IHM Chennai. To tell you all you guys and everybody here, assuming that most of you people are either you are in the college or aspiring to become into the hotel management. See, hotel management comes just easy to all of the Indian, in fact, to tell you. The two sloka we always use, in fact, in the G20, in fact, IIT Madras, which is just next to our IHM Chennai, today and tomorrow, I think they are the part of venue of the G20. So they have the slogan Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, this is again our Indian culture. Atithi Deva Bhava, Indian culture. This all originated before even hotel management colleges originated. So understand this. This is in our DNA, in fact. So as an Indian, it is in our DNA. The hospitality comes automatically. It just comes to us. Okay, we really do not get into the hotel management college to understand the hospitality. Yes, we go there to hone up our skills, but it comes just easy to us. So no wonder the Indian hoteliers are always looked upon with a great respect when it comes to the hospitality etiquettes, because it is in our culture, in fact. Now going ahead, why should a hotel management, should choose a career? Now it's all upon you to decide about it, where you fit in yourself, given today's scenario. Yes, hotel management gets you very quickly into the getting your livelihood. Even if you have class 10 pass or class 12 pass, you don't need to do a big MSc degree, PhD, or any kind of like that. Okay, and there is no any shortcut to success, so that you will have to keep in mind. You must have heard, especially in the college, we always also used to hear and coin this term. Bill Gates was drop out of the college. Okay, so the college is not there for to, if you just leave the college you become a successful. Okay, so many of the people may not know that Bill Gates, who was drop out of the college, he was drop out by choice. And you and me even can't match up his aptitude, his qualification during that point of time. Some of the questions I could see, people are talking about the industrial training, how many hours in the hotel, all those things. So let me give you the idea, not only the hotel, but everywhere it is. You put your hard work, you will go ahead. The hard work beats the talent. Not the talent alone can get you the success. And I'm not talking about the bookish things. I will come back about myself itself, that how we know it has gone up. Even talking about the Bill Gates, many of you may not be knowing Bill Gates, 1968, 1968, I'm talking about 1968, where most of us have not even born. This guy gets exposure to computer. Can you imagine this? Bill Gates gets exposure to computer in 1968 itself. 1971, the Sun Microsystem head has got the first exposure in the college, wherein the Bill Gates was in class 8. I'm talking about class 8. Somebody is there and gets into the computer. So what you see the Bill Gates success overnight, it is not. Most of the media may not talk about it. Okay, so the success doesn't come just immediately. Somebody getting exposed in 1968 with the computer, today we are talking about the success. See that amount of years he has spent. By the time he was into Harvard, which was 1973, 5 years, 1973, this person was done with more than 10,000 hours of coding. More than 10,000 hours of coding. So think about the number of hours you want to put in for yourself. You want to get ahead into the hotel. So hard work has got no limit. In fact, it's all upon you, how you see it and how passionately you do it. So Bill Gates was Bill Gates not because he just put the number of hours, but it was a passion. He created everything with his passion. So we all need to have a lot of passions. You are in the college, find good friends. The friends who gets along with you. We never know. You can be the one of the next O'Brien, next person who can, be torchbearer for our hotel industry. So it's all about that. Believe in yourself, and the success will come to you. But it will never be a shortcut way of doing it. Front office, to tell you people, in case somebody willing to get into the front office. So what we do in the front office in the hotel, especially today, the kind of technological advancement, and front office is the first department in the hotel which gets a lot of IT advancement and a lot of new technology. Immediately it makes intro into the department. So one should be really tech savvy. You're the kind of, you should have the attributes that, okay, you like to have the, technology things. You want to work on the technologies. You should be presentable, because you are the face of the hotel to the people who are your customer, who are your guest. You are the first one to interact with them, and you are the last one to say, see you again, right? So the front office role is today date, in fact, it's like a business manager of the hotel. Unlike most of the people, just to give you the idea, hotel industry uniquely placed in terms of the business. What do we do in the front office? We sell rooms. We take care of the guest. So little about the business. what we do, how to sell the rooms, the revenues. Unlike any other industries, like most of us get compared with airlines because they also deal in the number of seats. It's perishable. It's a time bound. Sometimes gets compared with the multiplex seats. It's perishable. You price it. The room could not be sold today, cannot be sold tomorrow. So many things are there. So all these revenue management, permutation, combinations, this is the front office which does it. Now, how uniquely we are placed in terms of business with airlines and multiplex. See, hotel industry has got a challenge with the leverage of it. Okay. The leverage is airlines, let's say Bangalore to Delhi at 10 o'clock, we are getting very good demand. You know what airlines can do, and Indigo or anyone for that region? From Airbus 320, they can change to the next level where the seats are more. Or they can put another slot. Next 10 minutes, there's another slot to fly. So they are able to capture on the demand. The sudden rise in the demand, they are able to capture it. And that's how you see in holiday period with Goa, with all the holiday destinations, you have more number of flights. So this does not work with the airlines that there is a demand constraint. So there is a demand, they are able to leverage on the demand by increasing the capacity overnight. That lever they have in the airlines. If movie is doing so well in the multiplex, all the 3-4 screen will show the same movie in the same slot, again to capitalize on the demand. But a front office manager, he has got unique challenge in the place. He has to get the revenue from his all 100 rooms, all 200 rooms inventory. He cannot get more inventory to capitalize on the sudden demand. Let's say G20 is happening in some of the venue. You need sudden demand goes up by another 100 rooms or another 200 rooms. As an hotelier, as an front office manager, you cannot do anything here. You can't capitalize on this increased demand, but you have a lever where the rates. So 2 into 3 is equal to 6, 3 into 2 is equal to 6, 6 into 1 is equal to 6. So the number of revenue, let's say you want to get at 10 lakh rupees, there is a lot of multiplications. So the only lever hotelier has, as a front office manager has, is the rates. He can play with the price. He can't play with the quantity, unlike any other counterparts in this similar kind of industry where we get always compared that there's a limited inventory. This airline seats which could not be sold today cannot be sold tomorrow, correct? But they can add up when the demand is there, and they can withdraw the airlines, they can withdraw the aircraft, they can go to the other slot, they can go to other destinations. Hotel cannot be moved. Demand is gone. Lot of hotels which are next to the airport, tomorrow airport got shifted, their business went down. So these are the challenges is there for the front office manager who has to handle, because he is the business manager for the hotel. He's just not the front office manager. He's just not the reception manager. He needs to have the business acumen. He needs to forecast the things well ahead before anybody does. He is the one who is leading the hotel for the business, for the numbers. He is the one who gets all the statistics data into his department, be it even F&B. So what I want to tell you guys, somebody wants to become a business manager, somebody has the acumen of driving a business, somebody feels that, yes, I can get the numbers, you can look towards the front office. This is about just one part of it. There are many. You get into as a GSA, you rise up slowly, you become a supervisor, you become a duty manager, you become assistant front office manager, you become front office manager, you become room division manager, you become resident manager, you become hotel manager, and you become GM. There are sometimes, because of situations, because of an extraordinary performance, you can get a jump of 1-2 ranks also. So it all depends how you cope up with the stress. So how well you perform when your colleagues are on leave, how well you perform when there are a lot of pressure in the hotel. Little I would like to tell you about myself, which will give you a glimpse of what the hard work does and what the front office person can do. So to tell you, when I was in college, I was not sure that I will get into the front office. Osama bin Laden, 2001, bombed, first of its kind, terror activities. And nobody had any clue, like a corona. Nobody had any clue. That time, nobody had a clue. Nobody can think of that this kind of devastation a terrorist attack can bring in. Clueless. Now, the first thing what happens is the hotel industry, the hospitality industry. Immediately, people freeze on the travel, safety, security, luxury comes last. Travel ban, 2001, September 2001. 2001, I was in third year. Supposed to be the mine campus time. I was in IHM Chennai, prestigious college that point of time. Have to have lot of Oberoi, ITC, Taj, everybody to come in. They came also just to show their face because most of them were our alumni only. So they need to have a kind of okay, let's go there formality. Hardly any selection happened, and now we are on the verge of passing out of the college. Contrarian view I always had. I was supposed to be in some kind of IIT or some technical or some UPSC doing that, but I said no, I will go for hotel management. And then hotel management. So this became the challenge again. What to do in the month of March now? I'll be out. The exam is happening in the month of April. So my exam last date was to some 29th April, 2002. So where do I go? Do I go my village and start pursuing some next course or do something else? So it was like a clueless. What I did, I started reaching out to all the hotels, sending a request for job applications, and I got a couple of interview calls. I attended one of them, and that set the things rightly for me. And I got in one of the hotel, which is Pride Hotel Nagpur. In fact, that's was my first job there. And to tell you guys, I am the first person of my entire batch in IHM Chennai who started his job by 1st May, in fact 1st May 2002. So 29th April was my last exam. 30th April, I boarded GT from Chennai. I did not even go to my village. And I went directly, I reported to the hotel. Because for me, the job was very so important. I, did not want to sit in the home and understand the things, how to go ahead now. So I started that. Now front office. I was never supposed to be in the front office. Somebody wrote also in communication things that is there any communication is needed to become, into this industry. So my communication was pretty bad. I had addiction problems. People often confuse my words, what I'm trying to say that, what I'm trying to express in fact. So they always told me, advised me, discouraged me, demoralized me that you are not meant for the front office. To me inside always says that if hotel, there is a place, there is the only place for me is the front office. That was my heart saying, but it did not went along with the reality of the life. So I started learning a lot of kitchen things. I started working very hard. I can cook very good biryani. I can bake cakes. So like that, those things all I started thinking that I will get into the kitchen. Then there was again time that kitchen, when I went for a training in the industrial training, I realized no, kitchen, you are always inside. To me, it is not suiting. Okay, where to go? Okay, I can do into the housekeeping. So I started making rooms. I'm very good into the housekeeping, working like a houseman. Those time, we used to have the chain and, houseman a key. We used to mention our time. So it was like a fun. And, during my training, I became like handling an entire floor independently myself as a houseman. In fact, that kind of training I got in. I never emphasized on the front office during my industrial exposure training, realizing that people have often told me that you are not meant for the front office. So that was the things. Time went. Then again came the F&B service. I learned little F&B service. And front office, during the entire industrial training, I only got 7 days of training. Because all the external forces have told me, my faculty, my colleagues, my everyone, you are not going to front office. So I said, okay, fine, let's learn the things where I can go in. So I was in the front office for 7 days. And out of 7 days, one day I was off. One day I bunked. I went to the, one of the movie theater in Chennai. Most of people will be knowing Satyam Mohabbatein movie was there. I was watching the movie. I called my duty manager, sir, today yeah, I'm not well. Because I was not supposed to be in the front office. So front office I took so very lightly. I will never be in the front office. And then the front office, somehow it got some luggage lifting. 2 days I got into the night shift, taking all the printouts. That time it was a lot of manual works. There is to be night auditor, there is to be telephone exchange, all those things technology has taken over. Now it has shrinked into very small thing now. So all those things happened. Now national training is over. And never thinking of front office. But when it comes to the job, somehow it landed me into the front office. Thanks to my, first, I would say the employer, the people who hired me, Mr. Sanjay Ansuman and Mr. Shoaib Muhammad, who was my first front office manager to hire me, that he saw something in me that, this fellow can get into the front office. Now my job starts. So I realized that this hotel also has the IDS, and I could relate this IDS with my industrial training. Oh, they also had the IDS. Now I am thinking, little emphasis I should have given in the industrial training, I would have done really well at this hotel. So that's the answer to the guys who are asking what I should do in the industrial training. You should do all the things. You should go all the way, work hard, don't see the number of hours. Wherever your interest is, put up yourself there. You will find a joy when you come to the hotel as in working. When you join, you know a lot of it. Unlike me, you will not struggle. So now my struggle starts. And to tell you again, I started doing double shift. I started doing double shift from the day one. I will come in the morning, 7 o'clock. I will leave the hotel somewhere in the night, 10 o'clock, 10:30. Not because my employer was trying to exploit me, not because I had the staffing problem, only because I felt myself, I have lost a number of hours working into this department. I need to make up for this. To tell you people who have been into the front office, the cashier report, we make cash report. The cashier report in the morning is different the cashier report in the evening because of the transactions, the nature of transactions happening. The checkouts, check-in, all those things. The passion, I tell you how it was. So I told my duty manager, sir, I need to learn how to take check-in of the distressed passengers. Nowadays, the airlines also have done away with those all people. Very rarely we hear to that. But that point of time, there was always the airlines were obliged. In fact, they were supposed to give free night stay and food and telephone calls and laundry to any airlines passengers in case the airlines faces difficulty due to technical snag, get late or something. Now, to tell you at the front office, the check-in of the airlines distressed passengers are very, very unique. How it is unique? It is not scheduled. You will never know what time you will get them.
Apologies for the interruption, sir. We have the next speaker lined up.
Okay. All right.
Sir.
So just to sum up the things, you need to be to tell you that things has to be very, very passionate. And I used to come in the late night, early morning to learn the things. So you all guys, whosoever is into the into the college or you want to get into the hotel, please be very, 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 very passionate about it, because learning, there is no time. I used to get picked up by 1:30. I was very, very lucky. My manager sent the vehicle to my house to pick me at 1:30. I will go with the driver to the hotel to learn that job, because those passengers will not come in the daytime. Most of the time they will come in the night. And I learned those jobs. So those all small things will help you guys. Learn it. There is a tremendous opportunity. Have good friends. They will help you together. Microsoft, you all know Bill Gates. You may not be knowing Pauline. Pauline was his school batchmate. A lot of Microsoft employees, they are all from his schools only, Lakeside in Seattle. So I'm just talking about Bill Gates, but there are many. You will find the similarity. People need to have a good friends. You need to have a very clear vision. Work towards it. Be passionate about it. That will get you the success. Any department. Front office is just one of them. F&B people, they make great managers. Chef, they make great managers. I think, thank you. I would call it because my slots are very, very less. Thank you so much. Next time you all can catch with me.
I would like to thank you, sir, for sharing your expertise and experience with all of us. Thank you very much for the time that you took out for this webinar. Now, I would like to hand over to Arya.
Our next guest is Sudhanshu Rathi sir, with a great experience in hospitality industry, working with renowned companies. It took me the longest to prepare the introduction of sir. Took hours to look back to his amazing experience. With that being said, he is currently working as the general manager at Howard Johnson by within Kolkata. Sudhanshu sir is a passionate and enthusiastic hotelier with over 19 years of experience in various departments of hospitality. He has worked as the guest relations executive at Starwood Hotels and Resorts worldwide, front office assistant at the Aubrey Hotels and Resorts, owner and director of sales marketing at grand occasions, and also have a long listed experience with GLH Hotels, associate director of sales at Hyatt Regency, director of sales at Hilton. Sir has strong business and financial acumen and revenue focus, yet driven by guest service excellence. From business to interacting with guests, Sir has done it all. The topic for this session is building professionals for sales and marketing. Now, I would like to welcome Sudhanshu Sir to enlighten us on the topic. Over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Wishing you all a very happy Sunday. Thank you so much for my peers. It was very insightful listening to Mrs. Singh, Ms. Jayashri, Rishi, and sorry, Ms. Amit Kumar. It was a genuine pleasure to hear you all. I won't take much of the time. Thank you so much for this lovely introduction and for to Shub and Hospitality Buzz for giving the opportunity. So, as briefly mentioned in my introductions, my name is Sudhanshu Rathi. I work with Howard Johnson as a general manager in Kolkata. Rishi Niyogi, who had opened up, he is my colleague. He's based out of Bangalore at the same hotel, and we work for the same company. So I started my journey 19 years ago with the same hotel with Rishi as well. Maurice Sheraton I met training in, and across all departments. So now with the same age, Amit Kumar as well. I think I did my college 2002. I wrapped up my college. At that time, in our colleges as well, we used to be taught mainly about the core departments. So front office, front office, housekeeping, rooms division, food and beverage production, and the service food industry. Other allied, be it marketing or sales wasn't a subject in our college. There was marketing and some other subjects, computers and blah blah blah. Sales was never the focus as such. I don't know what the scenario in colleges nowadays is, but it was either front office, room service, housekeeping, kitchen, and F&B service. It was much later on in my career when I opened up to sales. So I started with my career with the front office itself. And I changed many countries. So from India, I went to do masters in Canada. I was there for 3 years. And then in Oberoi for a short while in India when I jumped to London, where I was with the company for 10 years. As my good friend Rishi was mentioning about loyalty. So out of 19, almost 20 years of experiences, I was calculating. I've worked with only 4 companies in 20 years. Whereas I've driven the ranks, I've risen the ranks quite well. Luckily, with the hard work and all the perseverance and attitude and everything, these things do fall into place, which my fellow peers were talking about, be it any department, any industry. So, it was a fluke how I got into sales. How I'm developing this to bring and open up the sales industry at topic. There's no sales hotel school per se just for sales, but it's a very crucial department. I hope the colleges have evolved and you are getting more exposure in sales. Uh, so sales has also evolved like technology and everything else. Thankfully, in my years itself, by the time I came into sales, that mobile phones and everything were into place and easily available to everybody, and you can connect and send messages. Eventually WhatsApp came in and everything is gone so easy. Can you imagine the times when there were no emails, no phones, and you're trying to sell your product? So you can build a महल बना सकते हो आप जंगल में, but as long as you don't do sales and marketing, you're not going to get the bumps on the bed. You have to get the people down to your place to get the revenue in. And there are a lot of different models. Obviously, a 150 minutes talk cannot cover all of that. But I would like to really emphasize on this to all the budding hoteliers out there. Think of sales as an option to grow in hospitality. And hospitality, by that, I do not mean just the hotels itself, as one of the peers had opened up, that it's not hotels only. So it's vast, it covers everything. Everything hospitality people are welcomed, appreciated, and yeah, if I talk about my college, not even 5% of our batchmates are working in hotels. They're digressed and diverse into different professions, all doing well related to hospitality. They got the break because of the hospitality part itself. And facility management is a big thing now. And we do cover a lot of huge things. So as general manager, we change a lot of hats. Such a great profession. I'm still sticking around because I'm passionate about it. So longer hours, yes, that. Less pay, yes, is that. But again, if you're not passionate, you'll not stick around for 22 decades and more. You have to be passionate. And from hospitality, if you have that sense, or do anything, that it's a win-win factor for all stakeholders. If it's money will be a byproduct. Secondary thing, if you're there to give good service and make sure that the person you're dealing with have a great time, value for your money, their money, and with the intention right, the money will be a byproduct. So in sales as well, any good city, they have 1,000, 2,000 hotels. Every company is expanding to tier B to tier B cities. Every hotel chain is growing. There are hotel management schools opening up. So many people out there. So if two people are there selling the same product, same value, same money, there will be somebody you'll choose, right? That'll stand out of the personality, the relationship building, the intention, the integrity, how post sales service you give, what value add-ons, what is it more you're giving. So sales is unlike any other desk job. In our core departments, it's hard work any which ways. In sales, it's you really have to go out, get meetings with the clients. You have to prepare the plan for the entire week beforehand, entire month beforehand. Their targets, you have to achieve those targets. So it's fun. And a month to month rehta hai. Ek month targets were great. Next month start, the journey begins again, the hard work. But once you have your name into play, so I'll tell you something. Uh, I got into sales. I was working an 8 and 1 bedroom property in London when the recession had come in 2008. So I had a great reputation, and basically my company management gave me an opportunity because my job was lost. I was setting up a central reservation system for my company because the hotel had 8 1 bedrooms. The company had 36 hotels. Cut the long story short, they centralized the reservations again. So I did not have a job. The company offered me to go to meeting events and support that. So it was a new domain. I'd never thought of getting to meeting events. So but it was a great experience. I churned out 2 crores in 2 days symposium. 2 crores. 2 दिन के event में 2 crore हो गया. Like, wow, that's fascinating. And it just gave me a rush. Getting, connected with more clients, converting. So it's a great cycle and a lot of things to get into it. But do think about sales as a profession. Now, a lot of jewel managers, I'm a jewel manager at the moment. I've been there for 3 years. Sales does not stop. I have made money for the company, and Rishi, my fellow colleague, can vouch for that. During COVID, I made money for the company. There was no carrot, there was no target. I was getting my salary, but sitting at a place, getting salary, khairat ki nahi chahiye hota na, I have to make money for the company. I did things out of the box, and I'm not boasting about myself. I'm just saying, sales is so fascinating, great, because that gives you the salary for everybody in the hotel, right? There are different modes of source of business and where the business is coming from. A lot of nitty-gritties to go into, but open up to it. It's fascinating. It's great. Even after you risen the ranks, or if you want to start something your own, sales is a part of everybody's life. And I say everybody's a potential customer. Whatever hotels में क्या होता है यार, we have Your friends should be very happy to have you once you join the hotels. Right now, one of my friends in London, his father is messaging me. He wants to go for he's meeting somebody at Hilton in Gurgaon. He wants to get some discount. So you help other people, and it just annoys at times, but you are very helpful because you will need rooms. You will need, everybody is born, everybody has birthdays, right? Birthday celebrations, weddings, kitty parties, ready food and beverage, and you're traveling, so you need a room to sleep. You're going out with somebody, friends, party. We give everything. We do everything. So it's a great industry you've chosen, or if you're thinking about choosing, go for it. Sales again, one of the areas which you may not be exposed to. Fascinating, really great. Think about it. My name is Sudhanshu. Feel free to reach out if anybody has any questions. I'll be open up now, but should you wish to, we'll be more than happy to connect one on one if you have any questions or if I can be any help. All the best.
Okay, so moving towards our Q&A session. So you want to ask question? Okay, I'm on. You can turn off your mic and ask. Iman, you are not audible. Okay, I think you have something mic issue or network issue. So we have another question from Mohammed Ans Khan. So you can ask your question on.
Hi, sorry, I have. Shall I read the questions and answer them, or is somebody talking to me?
Okay, we have a next question from Vaibhav Tiwari. He is asking, will you recommend any book for sales and marketing?
So, thank you, Akshat. First of all, that question was not asked by Vaibhav. It was asked by Sujal.
Okay, sorry, Sujal.
No worries. Yeah, dekho, to be frank and practical, there are endless number of information out there. Be it YouTube, you can just put on any TED talk or any industry leaders. So it's always good to. So as I was mentioning, it was genuinely lovely to hear my fellow peers talking about their experiences. So there's no harm because you learn from other people's experiences, and the best way to learn and grow and not to make mistake is to learn from other people's mistake. People say when you make mistake you learn. Yes, you should learn, but better is learn from other people's mistakes. So there's no harm. By all means, listen, learn, read. I would not personally recommend as such per se. There's not a go-to Bible for sales. It's an evolving process. I learn even now. During COVID time, I lost the booking while negotiating for 100 rupees. And I came from London. That's a pound. I was like taken aback. Like, really? So you learn. And even when I came down after 13 years of work abroad. At middle age, I came to India, started my development. So I was an AGM in London. When I came down, I could choose either operations or sales because I had a really balanced experience in both sides. Uh, so from AGM, I had to come down to an ADOS. In fact, they was offering me sales manager to Hyatt, was offering salesman because I had no experience in India.
Last question from Ranayud. Yes, Ranayud, you can ask.
Sorry, just one moment. I read so a couple of things. If I'm short on time, please by all means let me know.
Meanwhile, sir, can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
So, I'm really into sales management and marketing, digital marketing. So, I have this one question that I really wanted to ask you, sir.
For sure.
Sir, what do you think would be the best quality or the ideal trait of person who is into the sales and marketing and someone who want to make his foundation strong as a sales and marketing professional should have? Because sales and marketing is something that I'm personally really interested in sales and marketing. So any trait, if you look back, you say, okay,
yeah,
you should be focusing on.
Pen paper निकालो या type कर लो सारे. ठीक है, golden words.
Yes, sir. We are having notebook and pens.
Yeah. So देखो these things अगर across काफी सारे मैं words बोलूंगा. They're all self-explanatory. Any questions you may have or you want me to further elaborate, let me know. Okay, integrity, any job anywhere. Integrity is doing the right thing even when nobody is looking. It's easier said than done. You might have opportunities at times where you might be lured in to get some extra buck here or there. not worth it, don't even think about it. तो हराम का पैसा वैसे ही नहीं बचता है. But if your integrity is strong है ना, तुम सही काम करो, you will walk in straight every day wherever you're going. You'll be चौड़े में जियोगे. 4 रुपए किसी के खाकर या ये cheat somebody, you will be afraid of it. कहीं पकड़ा जाए ये and वो पैसे बचेंगे नहीं. Trust me on that. So backbone सीधी. मैं जाट हूँ हरियाणा से. मैं चौड़े में ही रहता हूँ. I don't do anything dodgy here there. So integrity wherever, that's a key quality for everything. Hard work, everybody says about it because it cannot take away. Hard work is required. मैं जब मौर्य में ट्रेनिंग कर रहा था, मैं मॉम आई केम होम, मॉम वाज लाइक बेटा क्या करा. तो एक आईटीसी टावर बना था उस टाइम नया, मैंने पोंछा मारा पूरे दिन में. माय डैड वाज अ चीफ इंजीनियर इन हरियाणा स्टेट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड. So my point is, he was at a quite rapid position, and mom was saying, "But are you sure you want to do hotel management? You can do something else." I had no qualms. Mecca, you have to step up, step the ladder one by one step. I had no shame, nothing at all. At airport, I was working once. One of my schoolmates came. He was taking the flight, and I was serving. And I felt embarrassed, to be very frank. I was felt really embarrassed at that time. But I'm doing much better than him. Much better than him now. वो तो अपने so the times and phases. So coming back to the quality and traits, know your competition, know your product first to begin with. Know your product. I kid you not. अच्छे खासे लोगों को ये नहीं पता होता है भाई क्या बेचते हैं, रेस्टोरेंट में कवर कितने, तुम्हारे यहाँ चाय कितनी मिलती है, तुम्हारा रूम का साइज क्या है. Know your product. You'll be एक तो you'll be embarrassed if somebody asks you a question, simple question, your bank how many people can your bank account take, what's the size or XYZ. And if you don't know basic things, that's embarrassing, right? So know your product and then know your competition. Who are you against? Taki you can add on value. Never put down a competition or your ex company or any. Don't talk bad about anybody. Simple thing. You're nobody to judge anybody. Okay, judge yourself. Be happy with yourself. But by default, होता है हमारे nature में होता है. You will judge. Everybody is a racist. सबका preferences तो रहती है ना, but we cannot talk about it. So my point is, don't put anybody down, but you can give positives and give value add from your side. Okay, that hotel is giving you XYZ. I can give you this. That has, I have this. So knowing your product, knowing the competition, uh, relationship building. So sales is all about that. Now that gets a little tricky where you have to draw a professional line and being friendly, as Mr. Amit Kumar, I think, was saying that, to how to conduct yourself. A guest might become more friendly, but where to draw lines. So in sales, that can go because you do attend a lot of networking parties and events where there might be alcohol involved. There might be regular people, there might be agents and people who give you business. They want something in back. Now that gets a little tricky with my integrity being that strong. I have burned bridges, but I can live with that. I have no burned bridges. I've said no to business. I've given to the company. Okay, this XYZ, I'm not going to do that. I'm not giving under the table. I'm not giving anything free. धंधा है किसी को करना है, you carry on with that. I'm not going to pursue this because why? To fuel that fire, because that becomes a culture eventually. एक बंदा खा रहा है, वो दूसरे को बोलेगा भाई वो धंधा मैं लूज करूं, but by all means there might be 10 people, 4 ऐसे होंगे, 6 जो सही है, मैं तो उसी से काम करूंगा because otherwise I'm being part of होता है रिश्वत खाना और देना दोनों are crime. Actually they are. So I personally believe in that, but you'll face these as you grow and get into the world. ये तो dilemmas आते रहेंगे, but you have to choose at the right path. Hard work, but जो बता रहा था, hard work is not just hard work, smart work as well. वो होता है गधा मजदूरी होता है और घोड़े वाला काम जो होता है ना. So you have to be smart, but as from a personal experience, initial stages do require hard work. Eventually, when you have learned the tricks of the trades and you are more knowledgeable and experienced, then you can do smart work. Then you can delegate, train people, teach people, and get the work done. But the delegation as well will not take away the responsibility. So you have to make sure that, so whatever your role is, that you're delivering that. Not that, oh, I delegated that. So not smart work is wrapping it up as well. And then hard work sales mein ye rehta hai because you have to go out and meet clients. So be it depending on where you. So I'm in Calcutta. I'm from Gurgaon. I'm in Calcutta these days. It gets really humid and rains are quite torrential. So at times for sales, my point is, koi bhi harsh weather ho, you're getting out there, meeting the clients from one meeting to another, from one meeting to another. I personally, from hard work, I was talking about going back to my experience, 33 years of age, AGM in London for cluster of hotels, and a business of my own as well. So pretty well settled and doing pretty well. happy. Came down to India 33 years old. I used to do 15 sales calls a day. And that number may not have any value to you if you're not in the industry. 15 sales calls mean I'm going out and meeting 15 clients at different offices in a day. That is doable, but that's not expected. 5-6 calls expected hoti hain sales colleagues say. 15. So I started, because I wanted to get my name out. I had no connections in India. So I want to make sure people know me and I know people. For that, I doubled up the work. And my numbers are phenomenal. People who had been working in India had already contacts and everything because of the hard work. I made contacts, and follow-ups, timely connections, follow-ups, and yeah, there are a lot of things, but these are few traits which will hopefully help you guys. Um,
Thank you so much, sir, for the answer. Like, it was totally relatable. I can understand.
Cheers.
It was relatable.
Sorry, if you're not pressed on time, Damodar had asked a question which might help. If that's okay, I'll just touch on it. Is it okay, Shubh?
Sir, so there are questions from Damodar. Okay.
हाँ, so एक इसलिए बताना चाह रहा हूँ and एक आर्यन का.
Okay. Yes, sir. Certainly.
हाँ, दामोदर पूछ रहा था कि होटल मैनेजर can they directly go to sales and marketing? Definitely you can, and you must. If you are choosing sales, I would say do not waste your time in operational and then आने में. I've been lucky and I've been really lucky and I've gotten the opportunities. I've worked in many departments. Yeah, most of people you'll find is एक department join करा and they'll become master of that. F&B के master, front office 20 years if they've done, or 15 years if they've become XYZ. I've done multiple different departments. It just widens up, right? But I've lost a lot of time in that because of changing countries and companies and departments. I had to sacrifice a lot of levels. Otherwise, if I were to be in one place, I have no regrets, by the way. No regrets कि भाई मैं 5 साल पहले ये कर लेता, because I had a beautiful journey. No regrets. Very proud of doing hotel management and of my journey and everything. So my point is, do not waste time in joining the department, because that may not be. You will definitely learn something in that department, but that trait may not be exactly relatable when you move on. Sales manager, you can definitely straight away join as a sales coordinator. Learn some. It'll be more coordinated desk job to begin with, but you'll learn a lot of things in that. And then you can go sales executive, assistant sales manager, director of sales and marketing, commercial head, and a lot of people who are GMs are coming from sales as well now, because as I mentioned, at the end of the day, salespeople will be paying the salary, they'll be getting most of the money to the hotel. Very, very important role. So yeah, and then that will open up your budgeting and forecasting as well. So don't so you can straight away get into sales. Rana Yudh, yaar, please answer my question. I don't know क्या question था आपका, Rana Yudh. Sorry. Can you inform us any month about any 1 month course we can opt after our IET, like industrial food production? I don't know what IET is. I'll leave that for somebody. So I don't know whether मेरे लिए था या नहीं था. So to connect with me, I am there on LinkedIn. My same name, Sudhanshu Rathi. I'm there by same name everywhere because my name is same. But I will not entertain any Facebook requests or Insta for professional, because I'm not even that much active. But yes, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. You can send me messages. I can definitely reach out to you on that. Try to keep those professional and personal things separate. I've done sessions like this in college and do get a lot of requests. I don't want to be rude or mean or cocky or ये भाई क्या सोच रहा हूँ. It just gets messy, right? I have not met you guys. It'll be like, why are you in my friend's request? Bakery, I think Shri Jita. I don't think that's a relevant question for me, but I don't want to take much time. I think हो गया यार. Thank you very much. All the best, guys.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving your time and sharing your expertise with all of us. Looking forward to hear you speak more, sir. Now over to you, Palak.
So moving ahead, I would like to introduce Mr. Mohammad Kalamuddin Khan, our next keynote speaker. Sir is currently working as a general manager at Rennes Jaipur. Sir has a working experience of more than 20 years in hotel industry. He started his journey as a guest service associate in food and beverage department at Crown Plaza, New Delhi. and has worked with many famous brands like Taj, the Imperial Intercontinental Hotels Group, the Leela, the Grand, JW Marriott, Radisson Hotel Group, and the Landmark Hotel, and has also worked with Princess Cruises as an assistant food and beverage manager in Miami and worked as a general manager at Rami Group, Dubai, during the span of his admirable career. With this, the topic for this session is developing individuals as professionals in food and beverage services. A very warm welcome, sir. Thank you so much. Now the stage is all yours.
Sir, apologies to interrupt, but your mic is on mute, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to thank Hospitality Buzz. And first of all, I like to really enlighten with the knowledge and the experiences by a very senior person, Mr. Singh and Ms. Jashri, and a few of our colleagues like Mr. Amit, Mr. Singh, and Mr. Nyogi and Mr. Rathi. And majority of the points they have covered. But the moment we talk about food and beverage, let's think about when you get up in the morning, the first thing you think about food and beverage. Okay, your mom's kitchen. The moment you think about mom's kitchen until the last day of your life, you that always keeps on happening. So this is a very interesting subject, and if you go any part of the world, you will find this particular subject is never ending. Okay, talking about hotel, motel, hotel, airlines. Okay, any industries, food and beverage is there. So it's like a department where a person can groom, grow, and go to any number of levels. Now the question of the new, especially the boys who are doing management courses or people who have not joined hotel management, why they will choose hospitality industry? Very good question. People are thinking why the salary is less, working hours are more. I don't know why should I spend time. First of all, if you don't have a passion, then of no use. Like all my colleagues have said, you have to be passionate. You have to be hungry. What Mr. Rati said very nicely said that in the beginning, you earn certain money, but you grow fast if you're hungry, if you're passionate. So if you have those qualities, nobody can stop you. A lot of people look forward. Okay, if I get a management training, then only become general manager. It doesn't mean that whether you become a general manager by becoming a management trainee, it's not the correct word. The correct word is that if you are interested, then you have to run fast. You have to develop. You have to increase your, number of hours. You have to put little extra hour. You have to do something more than when the other colleagues, what they have done during college years, when they school days, what you have not done. So whenever you wake up is the right day for you. So you can start your journey. You can easily cover up those points. So if I can say my entire career, I have. It's not that only the learning and the training which I have gone through with my various hotel experience. The only thing which I have realized that you have to be very passionate about learning new things. Like when I joined, then I've realized that okay, I have to increase my knowledge. So I have done masters in tourism as well from IGNO. Then I've realized okay, end of the day, sales is very important. So I have done MBA from MBA sales and marketing as well. Okay, so because the moment you add on your knowledges, which is required for hospitality, which really takes you to the next level, and then you can have a different level compared to your colleagues and friends. And I don't know whether you feel that internationally today, Indian people are so accepted across the globe in few of the areas. You go into the food and beverage, the bar is handled by Indian people. Go into the housekeeping, done by Indian people. Okay, few of the management positions now they are taking Indian people slowly, because they have realized the best pick if you want to take Indian people into management, then you can see they can do a much more better job compared to other nations, and that's the better the better view of this. And let's start from the basics. Uh, what actually takes you to the success story? First of all, you have to be very disciplined. That's something which actually makes you a better professional. Second, there is no shortcut. If you think the shortcut can take you and reach to the biggest achievement, it's not possible. Very few, lucky one or two people, but majority has to really work hard. You have to divide, okay, your future plan into small steps and then take one step. The moment you take one step in certain time period, then you are very charged up, and that charged up which help you to jump and take less time to achieve your next target. Okay. So I can give you my example, because it's always good to relate with your personal experience. When I was passed from college, from IHM Salt Lake, Calcutta in year 2000, so I was somehow I missed the opportunity for management training in the last round of Oberoi and Taj. I was very upset. So I got selected as a associate in Crown Plaza, Delhi. Then I met my batchmate. He was again associate in Hyatt Regency Delhi. So he was picked up after 6 months as a corporate training program and become manager after 1 year. Then that time I used to work for Imperial. Then I realized, okay, what should I do? Then I asked him, if you have not selected as a management corporate training program in Hyatt, what would I have done? He said very clearly, in 3 years I have to become supervisor. In 5 years I have to become manager, assistant manager, and then 7 years I have to become manager. So I went home and then I realized, okay, is nothing wrong if you're not selected as a management trainee. Then what I will do, I will cut, copy, and paste, and then I will now follow that particularly into my point of view. Then there's no replacement of knowledge. So you have to increase your knowledge. First of all, know your product, the best in the hotel. Where you are working in the hotel, if somebody thinks about any particular, talking about food, talking about beverage, talking about preparation, talking about hotel information, if the last person or the first person comes to the mind of the people should be you. So that's which I have taken interest, and that's where I have realized. So then when I left Imperial, I chosen when I was selected for Taj Palace Delhi. I was the first guy who was selected as a supervisor from outside, because they don't take, because it comes in the union reason, and they take senior supervisor but not supervisor. I got selected because of the interview and I got selected. So, and people think, okay, why I was given from this outlet to other outlet. They have shifted to one of the department which is room service, in room dining, what we call. Okay. And I was that day I was very upset why I got transferred, but I was so thankful, because in 2003 we are doing 2 lakh rupees per day sell in room service, and that's if you ask for a cup of tea, 422 keys hotel, in just 5 minutes you'll get a piping hot tea. If you keep the tea for 10 minutes also is a piping hot. So the kind of SOPs and service sequences are so strong, which helps me to learn things better. So if you talk about the food and beverage, you have the opportunity, you can go into the events. Okay, you can get into food and beverage, you can get into kitchen, you can get into bakery, you can get into bars, and now these days, you can see now. In fact, my home also, I can see the kids are very interested to see the lot of Master Chef. Okay, they can show you, and all the people who are the new joiners, the new boys, who are interested to join hospitality. They're lucky enough they are getting this platform where they can see things in one button. You can, moment you press in YouTube or any information encyclopedia, you get all the informations. Earlier, these particular platforms are not there for us. And once you have the opportunity, let's utilize in a positive way. So you can groom yourself and you can actually go to the next level easily. And while working internationally, I have realized, like I've seen a few of the people have asked questions about cruise liners. Of course, the moment you go to cruise liners, amazing experience, international, amazing experience. Okay, different nationalities I've worked, 55 nationalities I have trained also, food and beverage during my working time. So it's always, your first thing, you have to come out from the fear that I can't do it. First, the moment you burn that fear, then you can do it. And being as Indian, we are fighter. Always remember that. I remember this thing in my mind. We are fighter and we can do it. If a normal person can do it, of course I can do it. So first, if you don't get selected, it doesn't mean that fail is a last word. It means first attempt in learning. Not me. Some wise man has said. So the moment you get rejected as a management trainee or any position, it means you have to strike back, strike hard, and you have the will to do it. Then nobody in the world can stop you. Maybe the time bond will take time. Maybe you have set a target for 10 years. In spite of 10 years, become 12 years. But the moment you're more seasoned, you're more professional, and you become more good listener, that's actually helps you to learn. And everybody is talking about, the personality. Of course, is a huge role to play. First of all, try to figure out your own strength. What is there in you? Try to increase that strength. And if you figure out something which is area of concern, means which is not your strength, try to minimize it. Okay. And try to present yourself the best way you can present. The minute you do it, you have a lot of things which comes across to you. And easily you can move up to the ladders. And food and beverage is one of the most challenging. Every day is a new thing which is coming up, and you have to, like a doctor, they have to they have to read every day something new. They have to keep on doing. So same in food and beverage department, you have to do something new every day. You have to be tech savvy. You have to know what's happening around the globe. You have to know what's happening around the city. You have to see your competition. You have to shape yourself. You have to make sure you have the most important and smart guys who are walking around the city. Okay, if you see the youngsters, if you see the film stars, you think, okay, they are the people, 60 years they maintain themselves. After film stars, the only guy who maintain is your hospitality people. So we are actor without any opportunity. We do acting every single day. Okay, we only see the happiest part of the life. I can only give smile and see smile. End of the day, start from until, yeah. Of course, there's a 1% will find some challenges, but again, that's make most stronger every single day. And salary part, somebody have seen the salary is less or more. But if you go on the other side, you get other perks and benefits. You get food. Okay, you get accommodations, you get transportations, you get a healthy environment, you get air conditioned area. Again, learning. If you want to learn, people are eager to take you learn. For example, 10 boys have joined hospitality industry, and out of 10, 2 boys have taken interest. Entire institute, entire hotel will give more extra step ahead to that boy and take him, help him out to learn better and better single day. So out of 10, 10 people can easily get recommended for the next position. So you have to take one step. Your seniors will take 10 steps towards you easily. That's what I can tell about, the hospitality, especially food and beverage. It's a beautiful subject. Starts from your very first day of your mom's kitchen, and never-ending session. And the last thing I want to add to it, uh, leave the corona. Maybe that's surprising for you. Facts and figures says India, the most employment comes from hospitality industry, which includes hotel, motel. Okay, a lot of resources are there. So the business where we are in, there are n number of opportunities. Just have to know that where you can fit yourself. Okay, that's all from my side. And if you like to anytime interact with me, so the best easy way is that LinkedIn. You can drop messages and you can ask anything. If I can do something for you, of course I do for you.
We are inspired with the knowledge that you shared. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing out some time for this webinar and making this webinar a huge success. Once again, thanks a lot, sir. Now, I would like to hand over to Kunal for the Q&A session.
So we'll be having a Q&A session. This will be our final Q&A session. So all the participants kindly raise your queries and we'll be addressing them one by one.
Student, just one thing, that this Q&A session is for the F&B service part that we just had. So you can have your questions for, yes, you can have your questions related to F&B service with the Mr. Kalamuddin sir. You can write down your questions, students. Okay, so I think Kunal, we can start. We are having questions starting with Sheikh Nazam Iqbal.
Yes, sir. So the question is, does the experience count on the cruise ship in hotel and vice versa?
Of course, in the earlier days, people who works only in cruise liners, they don't consider hotel experience into cruise lines. They are two different segment altogether. Okay, different terminology used in cruise liners and hotels as well. Now the world has become so small, and people who are working in cruise liners now easily accepted in hotels. Hotel people also easily accepted in cruise liners. But the only there's a little bit difference is that the monotonous job in cruise liners compared to hotels. Hotel is more of your learning and development. In cruise liners, more of cookie cutter format. Like you're working in kitchen, then you have doing 10 things only the entire your one of your 6 months or 9 months of your contract. But hotels every day are doing something new. But the moment you grow into cruise liners to the next positions, again same kind of hospitality, same like of hotels, you get opportunity. So now these days, earlier it was a challenge, people are not accepting, but now for the last 5 years, people from cruise or cruise from hotels are accepted, vice versa.
Thank you, sir. The next question is by Alina Ahmed, and she asks, in this fast growth of food trucks, where do startup restaurants and these food trucks line up?
See the food trucks, now these days the food trucks has come. In fact, you must have heard about a lot of cloud kitchen has come. Okay, these things has come during COVID time, and pre-COVID also food truck was there. There are areas where there are a lot of challenges where you don't have people, and you have certain number of hours you'll find guests around. And this particular concept has come from international, especially from Europe, okay, and US, and Australia, and few of the Middle East countries has come. So there's no human being in those particular areas. In the evening time, suddenly people has come. So in our country, slowly this concept is started. So few of the, because we have, India is totally dense populated, so you do all your homework, cooking and everything in the food truck, and then you go and 3 hours and you just do your business and come back. So these things already started in India, and is a lot of you can say entrepreneur has come up, and they're doing really good in terms of the business point of view, and it's a success story in India as well. And again, depend upon city to city. And as far as the cloud kitchen, maybe nobody has asked, can tell you, cloud kitchen has come into big way during COVID, where people are doing cloud kitchen, making the food, and again tie up with all of different companies like you must have Zomato, Swiggy, and Uber happenings.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Now I hand over to Shubh, sir.
So all those questions which are like still left, we will be discussing. We will be having a small Q&A session again in the end. But again, like we have time limitations, and it's already almost 1 p.m. 1:07. So we have to conclude this meeting again. So coming to the conclusion, I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty Lord for making today's occasion a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank our keynote speakers, Mrs. Jayashri Nagaraj, ma'am, founder, president, and chairperson, Professional Housekeeper Association, as she spoke about the career and the need for the housekeeping department, and then Mr. Rishi sir for the general manager Howard Johnson by Wyndham Bangalore. Sir talked about being passionate about uh, your area of interest, and how you can build your foundation stay strong for becoming a general manager. Mr. Arun sir, director FHRA IHM Greater Noida, as sir even focuses on the salary part. Like some students were asking, why the salary after 3 years is less. So there is one point that I really like about the session, and that point was see, you are comparing the salary of 3 year with someone who have done MBA or masters or MDTS. So normally, if you look in the at the all the courses and the careers, so basically normally if we talk about, let's say, BBA, so after BBA mostly students go for MBA. After doing BTS mostly go for maybe MTS, and let's say BSc, then MSc, then BA, then MBA. So you have to do masters in almost every field, but this field, after doing 3 years of hotel management, you get a job. So I think that is a really good thing, and your first 1, 2, 3 years are like your training phases. Then Mr. Amit Kumar, General Manager, La Mervella, Bangalore, sir talked about having a good friend circle. And again, this is one of the most important part. If you think the food which you are eating, that is the only thing which is shaping you. So it's not. Your friend circles, you are, I can tell. So if you wanna know your future, how your future is going to be after 10 years or 20 years, just look at your friend circle. So again, the friends you are investing in your time in, they are going to shape you as well. Then Mr. Sudhanshu sir talked about sales and marketing as a career. Sir talked about these struggling days, and how sales can be a part of like every career. For example, let's say we are talking about front office, we are talking about housekeeping. So even in housekeeping, sales is there. Let's say the front office manager, ultimate work of front office manager is to boost the sales. And even for this for the housekeeping, even for the kitchen, like the chef who is working, he has to increase the sales by creating a good products. So yes, and then coming to the last, Mr. Mohammad Kalamuddin Khan sir, general manager, NS Jaipur. uh, Sir talked about different various careers and the aspects of F&B service. So again, like including everything, my heartfelt thanks to uh, all the keynote speakers, and I express my heartfelt thanks to the keynote speakers for their valuable contribution. We are grateful to have them all for their words of encouragement. And again, my heartful thankful to all the faculties from the various hotel management institutions for their valuable contribution, guidance, and encouragement in all our efforts, because they have joined as well. Even the all the hoteliers who have joined, thank you so much for joining. All of you are the faculties, all of you are the creators of the hospitality workforce, and it's such a pleasure to have all of you with us on this great occasion. I owe special gratitude to all the distinguished invitees present here for accepting our invitation, ensuring that this occasion becomes a memorable success. Thank you, students, for being this interactive. Last but not least, special thanks to the organizing team, Miss Palak Marwa, Miss Arya Premraj, Mr. Rohit Rohila, Mr. Kunal Tanwar, Mr. Akshat Jaiswal, Mr. Adhav Patel, Mr. Yash Vardhan Singh. I thank you all for the cooperation in making this function a resounding success. Finally, I leave you this inspiring quote by Mr. Ankur Variku. So, Mr. Ankur Variku is a YouTuber. If anyone has any idea, so please read, listen this very carefully. To know what you don't know is a power. To know what you don't know is a power, but to ask and learn what you don't know is a superpower. So this is the coast I'm going to leave you with. Once again, I thank you all for your attention. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
So here comes the end of this session, students. Again, we have time limitation, and I understand that you all are very curious and there are so many questions you have. But again, we have two left. So thank you so much for joining. Now we will just conclude this meeting and all can left. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.